ntoma ene nubna hodo ene omaka bomu e de aye nro no etu kona so omu dibi ka nipadua ne pe de wo hwehwe bia wo nipadua nim no e be ye ne kama e de ama laboratory test ahodo ni nyina so wonum eye bi e wo ho so like force from sisia na ene wom ento ankomodie eso eye 0553 932631 0553 932631 ofra wo beje so na ewu ye o to pro adore jumadie biara ya oye no na wa pensu krogen na wo dia service no wati wanim kama ebekọ wi eche wo de beje 3 point and one x natural mineral water we ye nsu papa ya wonya bi na sa wono no a ebo ma nipadua no egina brane we na firi bi pon mu pe ye dia fa fidie ma sonson so esi afini keka bi anim ko pe bi to na ebetimi abo pe bi ato agana ha malls ahodo supermarket ahodo ahwe ho ahia ba bia ubenya bi ato na mom ne dodo mu no oba XYZ Broadcasting Limited dia dodo bia pe bia no ubenya ato anase obefresa ahoman 0596 273546 and a phase 0596273547 X natural mineral water na or say simply natural.
Adas mama yen twa ye husimani emra ye ba ye besa akwa Akwatia nkomo ne do so e wo he be kwa kofa ne nyina e de abremo ye ba sesia.
The National Petroleum Authority hereby cautions persons engaged in illicit storage and trading of petroleum products to comply with the regulatory requirements to operate in the downstream petroleum industry. The NPA Act clearly stipulates that no individual shall engage in any commercial activity related to the importation, exportation, re-exportation, shipment, transportation, processing, refining, storage, distribution, marketing, or sale of petroleum products in the downstream industry without first obtaining a license from the NPA board. Failure to secure the necessary license and properly regularize operations will result in confiscation of petroleum products, prosecution under the law, and decommissioning of facility. For more information, contact the National Petroleum Authority on 0302 550 380. You can also visit our head office located at Jolu off the N1 highway or any of our regional offices.
Na ede na ya obeya oda formason yafunu emunumuni.
Oh Mr. Entry also ya reya titi be benfie pi nanso ne yam nyono da se me chiro no ahodo amato a me hunu hwea ebe ya nwanwa
Menyi ni se what also tamfo hexa capsules any hexa mixture yanu bom kotia also no bia ma no anom anka no ho no dadaada also dro die eno ani hexa capsules any hexa mixture
ankom ni nchiremu
also yekura eto yefunu ene ensunu mu etuma wo yefunu ekekawa wode wo ho a enyi also etumi ema wo ye cheko ebra wadidi awie so how eye also there compare hexa capsules any hexa mixture nanum bom na ho ebeto
pedudu atu a ko okanshi drug lane Kumasi Dani Herbal Takradi AA Mensa Anafre 02038228855 Apefo abatan ya woma won mofra no fo ene mofra woni mfie bi mienu enka ho Haxa capsules ene ne mixture
also tamfo ade age adwade nkrato yi atom.
Every human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally. Natural mineral water. Simply natural. For bulk purchase, call 0596 273 546 or 0596 273 547. This advert is FDA approved.
Adesima mama kwaba emra election powerhouse Akwatia by elections e honkomodie ne eguso aye wa ha ye di anopa ne etena se enemo ehya se ebubo mu a de bedrum pempenso ye eguso aye wa ha ye twen ese ebre ne beso na abato ne nyina be kwakogo na for electoral commission back in kan ne hu nipa wadi nkunim ewo by elections ni ma wokosi adehye wa Akwatia nemo ewo eyemra she behwefie se de adwumadie ne hyehyɛ sitie no ye koya nimu ano kriu ne besesa na bedwa fofo nso aba na omososo aba beto so se de bi no mo hya ase a yenso ye ba ye efreprem to brebesi sabre no ye koya nimu an nsakra beba ama yenso so yasori ama fofo nso aba beto so e de akwa kosi se ye bewie ni nyina na fe ye de aka nso ye de ato aso nti ye gidi esamo ne ya na wo ha ya ye somo se de se na efata ye beko na ye ne political parties a wo mo so candidate ejina mo ewo Akwatia by elections ni mo no ye ne wo mo so akokasa na yahwe sesia no se na wo mo hunu niema esi efa so far ekoye e de ma wo mo anaso se enyanko ye yenko ne ne deputy director in charge of elections and IT e de ma NDC amanyoko ne Yera Rashid Tanko computer nkasa na ehwe se so far omo ye satisfied ewo de ekoso ni nyina mu anase ewo se electoral commission ananso bambo femono niema ni bi ho ayeye e de eka ho Yera Tanko ye da se ewie se woni ye kasa wo election powerhouse so Yera Tanko ti enka ye da se woni ye kasa
Dwabo
yo hanso so eboko wadaro ma so far sign Akwatia eniemasi ko edema the National Democratic Congress samanyuko no ekoye said ya mohhehye no baby enam no saa na eko anase baby won me wo se ye nsakare kakra wo mu ebema na si popreko
ekoye mai pa ekoye mai bia koyi because yes plan the strategy ni na na editum ejuma is working out for us very positive. I won't say anyway ye last training na ye deployment ni na consuls ni 21 electoral areas no. As I speak now, all the polling stations, although 10 out new, but I can confidently say most of the numbers coming, 3/4 are NDC voters. No more go about the Dwabo. The training na ye plan na this, so you are koyi na.
Bibeka say monkita hodie with the public no and I said the residents are a war Akwatia na ebia nkoye nti ama enne no anka was wo pupie ebeto aba no mo ntumi an 20 ye record a low turnout na
no so we say by election media sanity all by elections for no say low turnout it has always been like that
okay
because people are reluctant to vote. I won't say we always say unless you try and whip them up, they will come out. They are so obviously now and some of them they are living in Accra, maybe they vote in the constituency. What do I see? So because of by-election, he won't leave his work in Accra and come and vote here. So that is the problem.
Okay.
So maybe by-election maybe a sanity. So numbers maybe you don't expect to have any high numbers.
But we shall kakra na brenwa so mo ye hopeful say bia enkodu bia no num no anase bia no miensa hode kɔ no abato no beba na wieye no dom no betumi aba wo se Ghana de to dan so ye per last minute ade ye twen ama na kakra fe na ye ba mo ye hopeful sa
so we dia ye juma pa because we identify voter profiling. So profiling in numbers no anymore nipa no where they are. So sana me give by evening time. Look, we are going to win this election hands down. Because we are so and no boy papa. And so we are on course.
Wise oppose for bamba omde emma Akwatia by elections no. Mo satisfied.
Oh, yes, I said one year, Moya day. I praise from Moya day. Who police stations in the day, almost a moment now more. Yes, only now or maybe every police station. I'm not going to no share who can never for you. Or beyond Baho, it's so peaceful. All the police stations. So far, we never recorded any major incidents. Every police station there.
Okay. Enti yɛhwɛ ne mu sɛ enkobo no nsia de na Akwatia ye green. Yes sir.
Oh, Akwatia by 5:30 they green. It will be green today.
Okay.
Ometuma ye candidate no lawyer no omo pena sam papa. Aso ya de ye nwa pa be be ma omo. Ono kura no ye youth employment coordinator. No say constituency secretary. So mo no papa.
Okay. Yo. Yera tanko yemfa wunsie na efo ani di aka na chi menim se tie bia ne yebesa babiem na ya ba ba hwese de ho asem sitie ntie da se koso monitor ebrepem yebesa ba ne no abetwa nkomo twetwe ne so. Yo. Elsuapani ane ne kasa Yera Rashid Tanko computer wono ena oye deputy director in charge of elections and IT de ma NDC amanyoko no so far so good by 5:30 Akwatia be green because candidate no adehye penasempa e won peso ano so no hwe numbers ne so epu ba bonte beto aba no a wo mu nyina ye NDC for enti no we nya kasa tenten bia nya fe ne bia wo mu nim se we ne de wo ma wen o ma wen awie dada ewo manta de mwako Rashid Tanko dia ono so aka
ane enti sade ye wo ka no na owa rehye no se nra nwumre no ye ne di nkomo ye kasamfoni so no the same thing na o kan ye ya wo chese wo mu wa rehye mu yesi se bi o ansa na nifrani beto ebo abawo no na ne nan esi bibi so enti wonim ne ye wo ka se wo so kan no nsia o se 5:30 no num pa mu na chese Akwatia aye green enti wo hwe wo mhyehyɛ no msusu ye no mo campaign ahodo a wo mo de gu akwan mu a wo mo nya gidie e wo rehye mu se Akwatia by election no lawyer Bernard Bediako na ebedi nkunim enra na metie interview bi na obi boss say aka toro ne bro na yakwakoto aba no afei na NDC fo no akofa mfidie abasi akwan bi so ewo Akwatia baton pesua no so na obi bisa ne say na MPP mu betena so emfrinhia nwotwe no mu de machine ekosi kwan so se mo kwakoya na emfrinhia mako ewotwe 8 years mu de mfidie ekosi Akwatia ese mo kwakoye wo makwan amoma na poms minim se wakosa area hoda kwadua ne ye keka o makwan nyo ta o makwan nya kwakwa enkoyie emfrinhia nwotwe MPP betena so o mo se hoye wo mo se stronghold no o ma nya hute amfa amhom wo makwan na yesi e ba beto aba na o mo ya ma o mo a we ne bone ne de enye o manfo ne benya so mfa so enti sane lawyer e bone homodin na sane Dr. Rashid Tanko e kana asem se ye obi a o bone homodin o manfo ne penasem no wo mo nhwa so no mo to aba ne ma no sane be ya mpuntunwuma hodo bi a wa hyase a wo ye e won pesua ne so no wo komra hye bedwamu a obekwa koto aso nanu ada na chief of staff kasa no wo chese mampani so ohia no e wo parliament oni opeso oni ne adwuma enti se de mampani aka ne nsem no wo manfo ni so enti arehwemu ni de se de Dr. Rashid Tanko aka no e wo ho anidaso e wo ho e de ma NDC chiniye amanyoko no enti ento ankopem anwumre no nsia e de kono e na sinia wieye yebehunu de ebekwa wie si we de ya mpenta mu muro nsuo de na nso wo hra Akwatia betumi aye green said o mo kanana bibia betumi esi e wa Akwatia emfa ho se bia ebia mere bia atwam na parliamentary candidate no e belong to MPP Amyoko no esanse se wo hwe team edi NDC Amyoko no nim in terms of elections na na se e ya do mo bo adwuma yie pa ye nyina yenim de omo yeye ewo just ended general elections a Ghana fo nyina yekoto aba no yenim adwuma omo yeye se so aba pa ema eye NDC Amyoko no na ye nyina nim se enoa so ena se omo beye no enei anaso omo yeye ewo eye Akwatia esanse omo dwumadiem nani ade nyina no omo na die nim nti omo ho a nyere so omo bo adwuma nti no se omo nim ni a omo ye ne nia omo ya se betimi aso abape bi de ama se NDC nti ye hwe anim wo didie se ye beto aba ne ba wie no na se nioma akoyie de ama mo se adwuma mo ye no enko ye kwa okay oko social media so any ade ba kwa na ama enkrofo bisa questions the personalities a wo mo ejina
eye ballot no anaso mo ballot no so a ye to omo so aba eye Solomon Asumadu our no gina on the ticket of MPP and a lawyer Bedu our no so on the ticket of the NDC. Meaning there if personality like physics name Sanya mano account for so obi betimi awin elections and I say obi dumi win elections.
Na de ye twem wo ho. We be say ahofa yenwe. Ati ase ahofa mu akohoma. Na nia ye hwe ne nia sebe ne ti abobew a wonim de. No wo atuhu ache honhom. So obesom ne manfo. Obi o how to abama no ko parliament a. Ewum se edu da bi a omo yadwuma o committee level a yenhu bi. But yen ni man say bi a floor of parliament no. Nipa na kasa na oye adwuma ni nyina ye nti se wo to abana na ohwe nipa owo sa akuduro ni suehunu na obetimi agina se bia floor of parliament o se bia committee level obeya adwuma no aprempunto de aba eye mpeso aso ndo ameka se sebe abeba anase abeba agese akobo ben onino ene di abeba sere ya nti se nei wo hwe said the situation etia enye o party ena ewo abemu na sebe emrahye bedwani no obeye de na watimi ni ebia DC anase MCO ntemho no aye adwuma aprena empontudwuma aba eyo mpeso ano so
because oye foforo
we so onum efei na obehya ase aba be ye enti no ye bo mpa ye se otu aba na me pa atwa nhwe amofe nhwe kokko nhwe skin color na mhwe nipa asebe onim dia obetimi abo adwuma ne nia mo ne wo mpeso ano so no nia wadi kan ye no eno na wo hwe na chese wasi no so ahye ne ma na wakope foforo so ade abra nti emfa no emfa ntu aba be se nipa ne ho ofe oye tontum oye ti debe no nkamte na mo sebe ni abra bo no ya setim betu mpon yebenya nia ye pe se bia ne wo hwe owura mama be sikasem be bia na ejina soro Ghana cedi ne dollar yintem ene no abafom niema ekoso nti ene kra so bi beko nursing training college fees ni ade no ya tetete so niema papa ekoso nti ade nti na womboa ene etese eye foundation owura mama abo se ya dia wuro bia hoka doso ya de tete aboa brwane nkokora ne nyina no wo ha se egu akwemo boa nti yenhwe sa policies no so na yemfa to aba no emboa esanse amemu papa na enyina hia emfa no obi a tese ontimi mboa wo obi obedware wo wiem ane no emboa me pa cho nti ye hwa ne ya hwe ne nyina account o na yedi ATS obi kasa se ATS wa ye ATS no na NDC ni abemu na se ATS no a wo sanso wo mrahye bedwani wo ho wantimi ayehwe na obi a oba na nua 8 months edi emfidi machines ababesi kwan so ye adwuma eno no na wo se ohwe ho na to abase we no ohyaase no ohyaase ye edi amaye na ye mboa na no so no entimi enkwa anim.
Okay, in terms of nimdie no comparing okay no crowd here this are comparison no
ye kadia ka ye ne
ye ko fasa asem ne ba ha dia na ese ade ebe ye piso e wa ha and I heard na obi anti yensem no aye kanase no akwajaje wrongly na eno so akwakoye asem but conversations be across social media megidi se ebinum atietie two candidate ni nyina and ebinum de card deduce omo free omo kasa ne omo actions bi mo dada determine say we mfata ese de man but ne nyina mu ne wade hye wa Akwatia ensem akomenim se de wo so hu no personality
poms mama nka se unse ye wo ukomrahye bedwafi a ye wo mrahye bedwafuo ni bi wo ho no mu a unse da nti wo mu nka ho enye se bi a wo mu na ema ne nkasa na bibisa obu ono a nanu na nuru bedwam wo kokan kura ne de no wo koka wonim hwute wonim ne wo akoka enti se wo to aba na mo bi a oduru mrahye bedwamu a ye kan wo ka bi ye lobi a olobu bi ye primpuntu a wo pribi wono eho asem na ye ka sabre obu okra ogina nipa nimu edom animu kra kasa kra no ne din ma no chense wo kop mrahye bedwafi nya agoro bi di agudie bi na ewo ye kodu mrahye bedwafi wa na se nya agudie bi na ekoso mrahye bedwafi ho ye kose ye kwakọ shemra ya koye ntotoye ne hyehyeye e de abo man empuntu enti wo kwoto aba koma obi a ade no onim ho hwe ewo mu say your first time for de ho na so no nipa na wo kọ no waye iga say wo kwakọ sua bibi waye iga say wo kwakọ primpuntro e de aba na sa nipa na say ye ka ne ho asem di obetimi aboa ye obi a wabobio lawyer Bernard Bediakon na no ada abreya na Yera Johnson asiedu nkatia e kasa no wodi tudwa kire say asumadui the other owo mining company anu ye MPP the owo plamo Solomon wonya sem kra no a lawyer Bernard Bediakon ene court koka na asem man wa check hwe so ahu wono no nya asem a lawyer Bernard Bediakon ene court koka na asem man na ne wo mu mienu abegina ho no so wo mo pra wa anka hefa na wo beko so ahu enti yen kan hunu se abato de wo mu se ya adwen kire de wo kwakọ kire wa adwene nanso wo kwakọ kire wa adwene no kire adwen no a ubenya mfaso wo so enkonkoto abanko nu hu nko dan kwama bi nko gina ba bi se ye mi hu yanka emfa wonsan ko guti ye wo Ghana fo bebre wo hono ma wo makoto abanu wom hu kase asumasi anaso obenti ameto abai ma na ide mu ya kra nka manto ema bi nsida enti we de Akwatia abato mpesua sofo yenka hunu se abato na ye kwakoto no yeto aprimpuntu de aba empesua no eso wo hwe Yera Solomon ya wo priama MPP amanyoko na ye nyina anim se mining ya na odidi mu fine oya mining obetinya premra hyebedwa konya ne de nanso so yenkan hunu se enipa nankasa mu na wogina ho no so ahu ye de ne kwa obetinya aboa ye yana eno ho asem na ye ka ne sesei obetimi abo Ghana man panyi His Excellency John Dramani Mahama eyo obi a ono no onyanyi mu ekoba se bi a wuni na afa wo manyoko foforo na oba mra hyebedwam a obeye na afa mu de aboa wo na so eno nchen de wone no ankasa wa ban mu ono ankasa ne de so ate ase wono ankasa ne de a wone ne kɔ nakra na ya kyese wone ni di kaso bom wono no de eba na eba fum wo de obenya wo na so anhwa na ankwankɔ ye de wo pɛ no enti yen hunu se abato na ye kɔ ne de wo se ye toma onipa no a obetimi aboa na empuntu ahodo etimi abepie mu ewa Akwatia abato empesua no eso eti se de NDC mpanifo womo ewa rehwemu wo hwa wo hyehyɛ wo de egu akwan mu campaign ahodo o maye enom ne ade no a womo nyina wo gidie na saa gidie no se bewie mu peya ebegina wo manfo a womo ewa Akwatia ene ne potem mo empesua ne nyina eso se entonkopem anwumre no nsia ede kɔ de na madwen kyerɛ na mokɔkɔ kyerɛ ye no eso aba emfaso papa na de NDC amanyoko no ehwɛ ni mu sɛ ɛhɔ no nyina betimi aso green ede amom no atimi akosa pepepe enti empuntu ho asɛm a na ye ka esanse de waye bi pɛn no de onya keto ama onya keto de be ma wo no wo onya kese a wo de ebe ma wo lawyer aye bi pɛn wogusu a wo ye na ekoba sɛ nyame ya adom na sɛ mo de hyɛ ne nsa tumi ni hyɛ ne nsa nasa wako parliament ya ketuwa no oyeye no ofe no obeye na kesie mu ediama adehia mo Akwatia abato mpesua no so oyobi a wabene ye ka emra no so de a woni mu dada enya afe no wokwakosua enti wokomra hyebedwafie no a wokwakɔboa ma yakɔhye emra wo ho no ade no mu dada enti we wokɔ na nya ade a afe na ekoye no ade fufuro bia no ne ade a nimdia no wo ho ya obetimi di aboa ogina bedwam simpie so ewo mra hyebedwafie ho no a obetimi akasa wo lobe so a obetimi alobe na kasie mu ede aba amampunto no abebu so ewo Akwatia abato mpesua no so enti pom so bisa ya de a na no ye hwe de obetimi aboa de obetimi aprimpuntuo de obetimi ama timamufo enya mfaso na national cake no a abribia ye ka ho asem no wo mo chefa no wo mo so ensa akomo de eti lawyer Bernard Bediakon de oyo pabene wabene obetimi aboa de hye a wo mo ewo Akwatia abato mpesua no so
enti ne tintini tietie mu nyina yesa ade hye wo Akwatia wo se mo ma Yera yakwanya na obagana mra hyebedwafie no obeso mo so mpagana ma mpani ayekra do wo twen se mo be ma ne sa tumi no wo mo Akwatia fo nsem ti mo de ma ne de a na ne wo bankran no ne mampani abebom na ne mo hwehwe se beba Akwatia because na no wo ka esa wo kosa GC bio se ho area no a na nkane ani ho GCD aha mampani be hye wo mo boso de nkane abeba ho and indeed mampani ba ye o ma sache o mo ye adwuma trese aha enti no ayadansidie se NDC wo ne papa de ma adehye wo Akwatia ne mpeso aso mo masa kwan no a na ese niema betumi ayede asesa medemsie mu bebrafe no ma join here live wo TVXYZ Power FM Radio XYZ tinti enkomodi bebre akokoso no bebre na ho amamese but ye bekoni akofa the various conversations ni bia akoso videos from your reporters no ebi niema ni bia akokoso ho na fe yaba ni aba beto so isanse wose ye mpenifa wo ma bene wa manyo SM ani ho nkita wudie mu nso kasa na wo mo nso adwencha wo mo wo ewo abato ne ho no wo mo de eba beto dwanti ye nkɔhwɛ videos ni bi any conversations ni bia akoso Akwatia ne mra ye ba beto enkomo no eso.
Good morning everyone, and I just want to appreciate your involvement in this election. So far I've visited, I think this is about the 12th station I'm visiting this morning, and everything is so peaceful. All that I want to assure the people of Akwatia as the head of the security persons in the region that the place is safe. If you even cast your eyes around, see the number of security people around, going through the whole of the Chembo, the security posts, and the presence of the security assures the people of the region that the place is safe. I just want to encourage the people in the area or in the electoral area or the constituency to come out to vote, because the police are here to protect everyone, and everyone is going to be safe. And even after this election, the place is going to remain safe. Yes, it's so encouraging. You know, today is a working day and people have to go to work to sign and come back to vote. And going through the areas, the polling stations, the numbers are between 30, 35, 40. And it's not bad for this morning. I believe by 11, 12, a lot of people are coming out to vote. And you know, when you get to every polling station, people have queued up and are ready to vote. I like the enthusiasm, and I want to encourage more of the people to come. It is so fun, my visit baby. And I know pay me who say a woman a cosupa. Come. Now, should police are on my year ready, on my standby. Just suppose the security Akwatia is very tight. Yes, young answer Abrukumanov, the Anointino. I say so far so good. Now shall vote in so I can't
na chese we no aye impanyimfo bi anya akwanya ekopie mu ewo Akwatia abaton peso aso no sabio mu nnuoma enne chese yehu ye na yebekwa amaso na yenye nimdefo nimde ewo amayosemu atwe nkomo na yebisa se Akwatia ba election ejebo jana bendu na de ekosui ono na adwenkyere ho ene se yenko na yene Dr. Jonathan Asante ochonumde ewo amayosemu yeno monkomo awie Dr. Mpacho mo ha emo akwa baba TV SYZ so yo Dr. Mami Busa say wodi wani adi abato na chi aya Akwatia die unie di kan no san na hunu sade yakono sa na wo se ekona na
Evini abamdawase Maminchia TVXYZ ahwefo nyina awie na memamu amu ewo dwumapa mu didi abo Ghana man ewo ye kabam kebi amamuru ame se me dinkan eka se mitie DCOP I'm the Director of Operations of the Police I'm nurse and non-chief bibitano mitie na me share the architecture of the security I'm I don't see anything happening at Akwatia. That the security is very tight, that the elections will go on smoothly. Metia Openi Haruna, the National Deputy General Secretary for the MPP, saying everything is going on smoothly. But though there's still Operation Firewall, well, only time will tell. But I think on the ground, everything is going on smoothly. After interview, so the place is going to turn green, so it's going to turn blue. Yeah. So it's for the beauty of it. But when the real time is due and we are doing analysis, that is when we will see.
Doctor, ma yanhwe prior to elections no nipa bi enya akwanya kasa campaign mu no e kan se bebre obeka se no ka ho bi na anope anka eya said the beauty of election no e wa Akwatia ho ana.
Certainly, I think it was nipped in the bud as fast as possible. Also, North, just one polling station, Nasa and SMBC. Now, and Kayaka, this was not supposed to be a sign of somebody beating war drums. In actual fact, apart from the fact that Akwatia has had its own fair share of by-election violence, for which reason the IGP are making all the efforts to ensure that all flashpoints, attackers, etc. don't happen. The MPP leadership has been beating war drums. The claims that they've been making that NDC mask, we need all the identity of the police that will be stationed to be bodyguarding the process. Here we are going to defend ourselves and all those things. Under normal circumstances, there will be a pressure also now on the Asutro and the 4 hour. If you decide to retaliate here, I just say you don't believe in the law. What you have is to report the evidence is accepted and the process continues. But you say, over the period, it has been said when one is in power, the other one accuses. When the other one is not in power, it accuses the state institutions. That has been the style everybody has been adopted. But you see, I believe in sincerity. In actual fact, this war drums, war statement, war claims that the MPP leadership were making, I think there is nothing like that in Akwatia. So if they are not able to win the election, probably because of unguarded statements that they have been making. And I think it says so far so good, the process is going on smoothly. And in some few hours it will end. And then we'll see.
Adia bako so a ekoso ewo Ghana by election mu ekame I say bi say ekoto saa bana nipa dodo interest ewo mu no very low. And I'm sorry many ye tete say Akwatia so no turnout no low sa edia na ye betimi aya ebema nipa dodo no enya interest ewo by elections and I say bi sa bekoto biom daachi a nipa anwoka no betimi akosoro.
It is a good reason that after 1992, we decided to vote presidential and parliamentary at the same time. Not presidential different day, parliamentary different day. The one that the electorate has more interest in is the presidential. Who becomes the president? Who becomes the leader to control the resources of the country? So as long as that one has been decided, this is a by-election and it's for an MP. Now, this by-election, the voter turnout will scientifically be low. Scientifically. And psychologically it will be low. Why? Because the MPP winner, it will not change their minority status. NDC and Lucia, it won't change or affect their majority status.
Hello, doctor.
Oh, shit. Hello.
Me pa cho doctor yet you.
Sir, Apart from Zambia, bragging right. Two parties, in case of NDC, our policies have been accepted, blah blah blah, and that's the more reason why they have voted for us. MPP, it is a rejection of the policies of the NDC government. That is why they have decided to vote for the MPP. They may make different political capital out of that. But when the time is due for proper analysis, we will do that. But by election, when, as I said, apart from Serbia, the stakes are high. It won't change anything. No. In actual fact, the second one I mentioned earlier is the fact to say presidency has been decided already. Asim North. Now, Asim North had a higher stakeholder interest. As I say, in the 8th Parliament, we were talking about a tie. And the opposition was virtually, the NDC opposition was virtually always holding the neck of the MPP. Sometimes they will have to use some buga to pass through some of their nyama no more yet. Other than that, they didn't have the numbers. Asim not yet. Nankaya dia a wunya papa. Say that will have tilted the skills for the MPP, but it didn't go as planned. Interna taking a very high over. But Akwatiano, the point is that as far as national politics is concerned, you don't give any small money chance. Every seat is an important seat, because if I am doing analysis on this Akwatia and just opposing that to national politics in terms of national interest, one, NDC had the policies. They have brought stabilization of the city. The city has become strengthened. The debt GDP has reduced. Inflation has reduced significantly. Interest rate is definitely going to come down. It has been coming down elsewhere. Me bank upsa. I send the message by something of this month they are going to review. I hope they are going to review their charges downwards. If that happens, then it means to say all these policies are seeing positive responses on the ground. Now, Yeshemwa, and Yama Boa Aquaform, Namabre Boa Aquaform, and Yina, the Namabre Boa Aquaform, the city, in one day, and dollar, and many other things, transportation fare Aquaform, me fuel as you come to Tom Fuel Aquaform, party and sentence, and to fuel and Carano, and Amaton Ciano, a chain Canano. So, rationally, every human being is a rational being, whether educated or not educated. So if they look at all these things going on in their lives, then certainly they want to take a decision that will kneel to the benefit of where all these largesse are coming from. It is natural. It is natural. Then they also happen to find themselves in government. Human beings naturally, not always, but usually, tend to gravitate towards where power is. And as long as the current government has not been giving us scandals, has not been giving us decisions that will cause us to worry, it means they still have the goodwill of the people. That is equally important, a variable that will kneel to the benefit of the NDC. Now, generally speaking, when it comes to a parliamentary election, sir, apart from the national or central government influence, it comes down to the interest of the constituency itself. And then the individual that is contesting in the name of whichever party that they are contesting on. Now, the two leading candidates now. When it comes to parliamentary elections, in this case, we may have to consider the character of each of these individuals. Then, secondly, this character, no, we are talking about human relation. Until say, oh, you name say about your politics and now baby Jania to Swabano. Go for she and no Muchian on this, and as for Nuko Humpa, Munchiao. So suddenly, if you want to become an MP, all these questions will be asked of you. This is what we call domestic politics or domestic interest politics. Into number be some questions. Okay, our MP didn't say, see, I want to name you. 1 year bonko, as if say your human relation is good. So people look at human relation as well. Now, which one of them is more approachable? So Obenya Asupa Otie for money so Obetimi Akwawa. All of these factors will equally.
Hello, doctor. Nasa Dr. Asante Ochre yane no ekasesa homano ate atum kakra ye hwe se nyoma ditoma ensam no edoso ye hwe se Akwatia kra no obi betimi akase se ye MPP anata ndesi obi betimi akase hade ye stronghold e chance bibia me na wini ana na sempo no bibia betimi atene se dia nipa bi kaso ye hwe ne ento na yemfa enhye obi anuonyam no e betimi ahisa na afenso se dia security wise nyoma akakọ incidents AC earlier kwen aposifo no efa so handle situation no eno so na ya na nka wo nyina ye nkomo o se de ko down na ye tietie ni nyina no so na adwene nti no ye hwahoma no atiatom birepem ye nsaka Dr. Jonathan Asante Ochra yare no ebekasa biom o ye political analyst so sanso kira de ewo UCC o lecturer ewo ho na so ahunsa kira for kira de sadia rekasa no mako se tie bia beti ase sa pepe na nka ode ye fi magisa mana tia tom tibirepem no ye nsa ekana yare no betu ankomo no eso na ise we no ensem bia che se ekoso Akwatia by election honkoma na ise yedi na ya hwese no numbebo de na yehudi a ise nioma ekakwa na mojidi esanse team DNDC in terms of elections na ade nyina no enye asem kuma ye hwese bia omodwuma pa omo ye ni ade nyina no so no ebetimi akoso ye ede amayen ewo abato nsem tipoma na ise Dr. Asante Ochre nkomo retwene de na ise ni nyina akom nti ye to abe no se da na wobisa se ahofe ye compare to no in terms of nyeme bi no Ochre se se beto aba no kra ye behwe ni nyina ye behwe se na doctor na se lawyer Bernard bedi akon omo relate ewo grounds ana just about to enso ba no timi ansa na ntini nyina ya de a Ghana for no ye behwe so na ye de ato aba no ewo Akwatia se dia doctor kan nsem no ebi enunom
Rokas nsem de wahwe bebre na nego bambo fam na nanka etie wono nso so esanse ebi no mususu se even though posifo na ya de bad omo ye bi ka ho ebeboa ono nso so with the political analysis lens na say no hu no bad me je see e be try see e be san engage ni biem ewo ahoma no so na fe ensem no say de sitie no akoso na akoso e ka ese wo hu se ukọ Akwatia mpeso ane so amiamia hu do bi ti se bo aduanom ne ade wo ma kwan a enye no esiesie mankrofo bi crash ase ke kase edru by elections so de ye kwan ne ade ye nya information say the candidate no a ojemu ediama NDC no were responding to such a comment from Ghana for being a prepare me be konia kwakofa edia baba de kai mo se no me ensabwa ye be ma emuso kakra na fe another team nso aba beto aso nti yesese e bre no aka ebritia we bi mu na ye sori eso na fe team no aka no wo mo aba beto aso but ye mfa sedan so nkoso aba nwumeko bi a wo mo eka ho bi a awie ya tenase a ye somo
na mensaka promo no eguso ekoso enei ewase unya sika egu botom ye to aba enche bia so ne yeko weekends uko weekend na unni kapres da botom a eya na eya homete pa utimi so obi ne homfa no o wayese monso enya yade no yade oni sika ntia odi e maniska kakra nhye na taso wo nsa ne ho ebeye ne den wo bonisi ketuo se no a no ogyan na so ne sa ho ti ene ye de mensa ka dwumade no aba wa kwamu abribia se wo fa mobile phone na wa hyase na wo tugum sa etiwe no hyase na dial *274 hash star 274 hash o boso a na wasan mia subio na wa bo *274 hash select Power FM o select Power FM wia wo de nhyehyeye no so saa wo to ba kutum bia no a 5 Ghana cedis pe duduo bia opebia wo de tugum saa wo benya sika puduo be 50,000 Ghana cedis edoso pa wo pewe na apede mensa ka se wo wadwumam wo office wo dwam ba bia wo bia efie ba bia wo te yenka bia no wo de wo fa mobile phone no a *274 hash *274 hash na wa select Power FM na wadi enhyehyeye no so wo ye ne saa no a ebetimi aboa amaliema akonka enya ne tie se Dr. Ochre asan abahoma ne so bio.
No na yanko amane so na yane Dr. Asante Ochre ento so Dr. Yada se pass bribianya bre edemai na ye busa se so far no hwe said dia anope menti me ho ase kakra bae kwan aposifo efa so e dey solve issue no sana na wo se kwana den e na wo kan e wo ho.
I mean, the police have acted professionally. They have nipped everything. Every potential riot has been nipped in the bud. And both sides have congratulated the effort of the police and the professionalism. So I believe it will continue up till the end of the process. And then in terms of coalition, that is where the problem has always come from. So as long as the security is tight, I think coalition will no longer be a problem. And whoever wins will win the mandate of the people.
Yo Dr. no krom ni ada wase na ya de asi no ye busasa sa wo hwa Akwatia seat no kamia ise amayoku ba ko ntimi nklemi ownership sa akonyo we de ya de anase de ntino in a nutshell no de na beka ye swing akonwa ise betimi akobia afana
obi mum de am say the can say it could go either way, but ocean factors are making enumerate in terms of the economy, how it has improved, in terms of prices of goods and services, how they have improved, in terms of CD to the dollar, how it has improved, in terms of debt to GDP, in terms of inflation here and there. Then if you are just opposing this central government achievement, Akwatia for social Ghana for no more Ghana, no more who says, Hanima air coso, our bank will monodia. I think they will easily reciprocate. So I still think but I think that the NDC candidate has a slight edge over the NPP.
Dr. Yabada se passe onya bre na ewie buaye na ise ensam ne dwumadie no ekosa de ema nyamishira pa. Ani amuti Dr. Jonathan Asante Ochre oye political analyst onimde eba ma yosem wasanso kura kira ma yosem ewo UCC ono na ise motesi ani ne kase na ise nkoma ye na etwe wa Akwatia by election ho no ni nyina no yabo ne po na yedi asienti no ni nyina ne se yehwe nonum no eba ye behwe dia eko ni a wodi nkunim ne ni a tisa ankwa ma ni nyina no ebua ema kebamam kebinso no etimi ekoyi nti num ne bo a na ye behunu de wadi mu nkodem nti yenkwa na aseda ye de ma enyumaku a wo mo aso yasene ne yento aso nti minsa aka dwumadie no se de ya bom nka ye ne koso a na fa hu ehyemu ni mfiri hyedu nwotwe a yuhu efrimo na uyo obi a woni mutire bo pa ye ka Kenro Rasta ana wodi etire bia ya woni ya wotumu sampa onsa no ofe no dwumaku ese bre na wone wo enya dwuma animanim ya wo mo nkramantem ya emo hacho ena wo ebutuo okwa a wo benya ho bre na wone waka bomu aye dwuma na we no adwuma na nkwakoye nso no bosumi bia wo betua oka 1,500 Ghana cedis 1,500 Ghana cedis umpewe na pedien to ho na mo animanim ya na woni sa dwumaku yi momfa montoma enkobomu na kwakoye dwuma nenya sika egu botom sanse sika ntia na ye nyina ye brei etu betimi afra homan na woni adwumakoyi adi emu enkomo 0246
473271 0246473271 ofra wom ebejo so wom hachu enti ya na wahye so na XYZ Broadcaster Limited ya bia kwanya to hodom amadwadifo nyina yesefo wadwaton de ne bra na yemmo hu dawro emfa emaw ton ho enyema na woton bia no se ye ne kese mu ne nketo mu adantam said your nyamanity bia oba ye benya ho bre na yabo ho dawro amaw ye marketing department no aye krado twen se enmanim ya wode wadwaton de beba na ye so ye nya ho bre na yabo ho dawro amaw esan se ne se usu ye business a was a ko na amanfo te wonka was a ko baabia na social media so kasanfidie so kasanfoni so na omo achichi ne benche no ete wonka yie na omo so tu ho anamon na omo bedi dwa e wo nchen enti ne yese ye bia sa akonya no ato ha mo bibia sa wobetimi aba na wodo ne ma na bre yesu ye nya ho bre na yabo ho dawro e dia ma enti wobetimi afre ye marketing department no e wa homan so emu chechemu bia wo pe bia no obeje from nchen na sa wanka sa obetu anamon na waba yadwuma koi emo ahomane ye 0533825870 0533825870 ofra empanifo ebejo so we nnumaku ahodo a womo asoya sena dwumadie ye de eba wakwam sede nyina nim se ha ene election powerhouse abato no sede ekọ sede eba efiti anopa ye gina mu abedrum pempensoi yegusu gina mu akopem se bibia bekwa wieye na abato komisa no ebe so oni kra wo bedi nkunim no ensa kwa wiem se asumasi anaso obenten na adi enkunim eti yegusu ejina mu se dendende a yehwe ni mu se ensama hodo ekoso ho ni nyina no abato no mu komodi ahodo ekoso ni nyina no se de abato no ekoso no ye bebo mu ensam dodo no adi amaw ye koye ni menche bia ye besobe so na afoforo nso so ababeto aso na dwumadie ni emu hyehyɛ ne se de ekono wo mu adi ababeto a muso lady poms
ye kanesa no na yenko na videos ni bi ene nkomo ni bi a etutu odwa ewo Akwatia by elections a yenyamfa enamo no yenkotie bi mra ye ba ye bebo no nyina tofa na fe ya sore na the next team no so aba beto aso yenko honko hwede e ko so ni bi mra sisia.
Exactly, because we've worked very hard and we know the people of Akwatia constituency is going to reward us for our good work.
Okay, even though polls suggest that you will lose, because the polls suggest that your opponent will win.
At the end of the day, let's see what the...
Okay.
So far, we've visited about 3 polling stations. It's been largely smooth. The polling stations that we visited, so far we've visited about 3 polling stations. It's been relatively peaceful, smooth, and so far. But it's early days yet. And that's how by-elections always start. We are hopeful that with a heavy security presence in and within the Akwatia constituency, it should be orderly as we expected. Okay. We also hope that the police will play their role as the protectors of the process and not to become instruments of intimidation. We've had various allegations of vote buying, but it's very difficult to sometimes even get proof for these things, so I don't normally dwell on that. What we are concentrating our efforts on is to make sure we are vigilant as we're moving around with the candidate, and he's just behind you, okay, moving around with the candidate, and he's expressed some level of satisfaction with the process so far. So by the close of poll, we expect that Akwatia constituency should do what is right and what is just by their conscience. Of course, I am biased. I am with the candidates, so I'm hoping that the MPP's parliamentary candidate Solomon Asumedu emerges victorious at the end of the day to replace my good old friend and fallen colleague.
Okay, me baby na meko nti so far na visit bebre ala no pay me hu se adwuma na ekoso pa kama na wo police a omo aye ready a omo standby. Just once security Akwatia is very tight. Yes, nyansa wo Abrikumanov de no ntino. Em say so far so good. Now we voting so I kon boko. Ensure dey a blessing and pay on beba abeto. Ye encourage omo so mumpie no mo meto abano na Akwatia dey aye green there. We sha he nyina green. Nti ebeye green. Ebeye green prekope. Ye no bia mbomu hye. If you say Ubia ni say the IM the development and on and your press conference on bedroom. Say a opponent for no or my doom when you press conference and they walk out for parliament. Yeah, no many this Akwatia will fall for that on the follow for development.
Ludwig is taking care of the logistics and we are taking care of welfare. Welfare, no, simple is our party people. We are what simple party from the branch. From the time I had the party up to now. Who's a party no constituency my do now so be now increasing that way. It's no time for no any we are your welfare no there. We are what simple party no be as we come to your aid. And see about Akwatia for bear 1 month. I am making sure say obi a more on my constituency for national or regional national now obi no granting environment to about no in terms of that one there is no problem. Oh, national election where there who kasa we journalists who buy we say we more press conferences no more. There's nothing like MPP is taking the we need this election. You see, on both that our party has a problem. They should go there and resolve the problem before coming to face us. They make an answer what here. Because we sit down, we sit down also from the ones and our this is where their problem is coming from. So we are telling them say they should go and resolve their problem. If we by election we win the elections.
Akwatia hand with the dem de dem one is a high green and you na charge can you so and you na green it's a NDC and
so far so good continue and now the people now back to the airport saying and said the say by elections violence the better see you amount for your pass amount for about any of them I for my encounter situation
so far so good the encounter with the Sanadie SC war Akwatia constituency NDC we party office and pay no meaning had the by say MPB abaha oba ye no e manta whatever MPP Apenyo Markings Obahanu Manate Obaye no na BC Amamachi NDC ni bako no police for action say you want to say ye nipa no beja no amai but apart from the obeye any dey anu dey asumdi was
apart from incident here which was machine dey my Alexander Apenyo Market ebeye ni who want to say this violence during by-election peace council for a home friend into Masanamia Ghana for a bumpy same number.
You're very needy, and Topana or the urban or friend Topa because a high NDC for a fee. And I will free with fear Bahasi and now about the possible promotion or the Topasem violence or the
NDC for ya can say yemba election ya be yento ya wa government na government ma ya setting good standard good example mo be as election e will message no you be election and yento kwa unfortunately no as usual this is a public man of oba government official former government official oba kita pepper spray e wo fear san on the buy Obedu full said that was spray pepper spray or beyond touching. And I did in Tokwaba. The same incident. You have a witness and a pie yet here. I have one cruise or mobile without any confrontation. Yeah, and I wish I say, creating way confusion. By your end is for me, I can say. Ye nimse your message your president or boy juma and the baby I develop paper box betu our Ghana ebe win na Akwatia and ebe winning election hands down election where you are winning that anything that they are saying na court na nyame impe we are unfortunately for us then na ye Ghanaians ye person obi be wu na ye by election by ba no sa no court asem ebe twaso and sana ever call this election and you could be sir, say why na win election in the Akwatia for and then on better say 2024 election parliamentary candidate NDC candidate or we need and then yaba be proving I'm a Ghanaian in say you win election yaba no peacefully yefo bia ye ntokwa ya ka che members ni na say obia tina hoko ye nsua puli agent say say wo ye no ye ko aso ye prompting ye friend ko for no mun ko for to massive am at the NDC anything na ye wa if you akra na yaba
Abusianti we enkomo ni biye koso Akwatia by elections ni mumpenifo ye baye ene ensemi bi omo ne yamane bofo Kofia Brantia Akra Kofi da konom diye ewa Akwatia ebinuno na by elections we ade ba kwa ya shedam fa ye ne hunu bie eyese obeti esi echesi card ya mankrofo ye mankrofo sikadi ye friend vote by ye no eyese se ya tia se nye siketua ene nye sikaje ananso afane fane nyina hunu se there is no point isi wo obi sika so onkoto aba because de ya okọ parliament NDC wo mo to test no e wo hoda da bia ne ya yewra mutala efrimwe na ehia se enya ba ko de ni hyem ne bo ano na we muso hu ne se ye pre krotuatwa hu sika kra no a mighty 88 enko ba bia ana sen na esi etientia ama no edu sa point because it looks sa na me hu no menim de ansi no ne de ba kromani bia nkoto aba no wo mo ekire se nanka wo se yema wo musika enti wo mu twen sika na my idea aba no wo mo ento afei NDC candidate no responded to kwan no a wo mu yi ne nkrofo e ka ho asem ye ka tu ni nyina abom ye bonnet na afei ya be wrap up ye nkohwemra sisia
police for the so the place
ya ko try you discuss say ye bibia so me pesca that's it until last year would the Roman cars anything like that no go buy election
na na so sika sem no
na am say han discuss say ye bibia me pesca it's mama ya ko so sika sam ne ma de anything ye jeje bra
anti mu try discuss about to
about then
we have a choice. We cannot do anything about an election you won or lost. There is no alternative. If you lose, you lose. What will you do? And I'm a lawyer by profession. So if there is anybody who encounters loss in things we do, I am, because I don't always win my cases. You may be so confident, but sometimes the judge, and in our case, it's even interesting that as a lawyer, you go to court, you lose a case, the judge will give the reasoning and tell you that you've lost. You are obliged to get up and say thank you to the judge. So you can understand the kind of person I am. I am a gay man, I understand. But in this particular instance, I can assure you that is a win. We have barely 3 hours to go. And so if you are a politician of this magnitude and you cannot read the mood of the people, then I do not know. But I can assure you, I have been able to read the mood. And it's a win, and win. Yes, no. Jomama and they can no uncle Chief Justice report. Yeah, to by election, Tia Jammu. Oya Juma, and now the office or Juma. It's a saw ye obey, and then school for school. Oh, Juma for Juma, and then holiday. Obia Juma and Tisa, Obia Juma is a so quiet because ye by election to one quiet. Obey Juma. Yenya sa ade no fie wotwe wantimi anye na se koba se sa bosome nso ana se bosome wotwe mu asa me matimi apushi ni ye kwan a nkanya nkwa na mama mo ye kwan ni wi ye to aba ni wi betete kwan na ko enti san komo no de anko yi ama na se wo yam hwehwe ana se wo hu se bibia Jomama is just 7 months in office 8 years wantimi anye me enam na me candidate na se ya hye manyonyam se ye kurom kwan a bone a ye no eno ne Obi a omo enne aye kase omo anko mo adwuma obi akoda adwuma nti adwuma contractor for no so ma ba adwuma ti omo ye omo
Sweat! Over there, put it for further! And you are telling me I'm not going to talk about Mala! Sweat! Anything that they want to happen, it will happen! Because they are mean! Come on, what's the concern?
Somebody has just come right now to vote for his father, and I'm also voting for my mom. You say I don't have right to vote for my mom. Meanwhile, my mom is voting.
Come on, who is preventing you from who is preventing you?
The officer.
Jafonti we de koso ewo Akwatia by elections ni mu bi krachi ya hwe ne sesia no se on tiase se wa huso obi akoto aba ma ne papa ono so koso akoto ama ne maame a yesi e ma nto ba teto da ya na ere afie ho se abato nhihye mu no se obi nyi wo se kogina ma na muto aba ma me a enye se the facts wa huso obi koto ni ntine se onzo be se ne nyina nke maame no ne na nanom nyina ye be kwa akoto aba ma mo but enye sa ene ye adwuma em se ho nkomo by ema ye ne August ye reporter na ekasa no oboso enti eno ene de ekoso eho bad mejili sa afi omatumi a resolve sa issues ne enyina ye bre no ya so am ya sore ama yakọ but ye final words ye mfamfiri akosua ene Krantman ho issue of vote buying. I said this time by elections ye nhubi but mayo ano so se eno nti no omonto ye omo twen no magye ansa no makwakoto eno na influencing crofo mo moto aba ana say but this time round who ayen hu bi no tene atene ma bi ase ana afane nyina hu ni se hu hia se ye disika be because whether win or lose sheda ha adwene wo bia
poms me da se nka abato nyina no ye ni se ya nka beboa pa se ye kwakoto aba na yen konko se sika yen kwachiche sika emma timamufo se jisikai na kwato aba emamie no se nka bato a edidi animu anasa bato a wonpomponso edi animu a oman Ghana ye bekọ no nka ye ni se ya enka betimi aboa ye pa isan se ye hye ye nkomodie na se ye ka se obi ba be pre akonya bi no be ma usika se jisikai taku sempoa ne kwakoto aba na emame na meni nkunimu a ka ehunu se sa sika no a wode ama ono se wo betena konya no so a afa no oba betene ka ebe kowie chekra wonte ne nka biom esan se sika no akwaje ye ne mikan ebia ye obi sika de ba bi loan bi a wakwakwaje ene ode aba beye asade na interest sanda so enti wo ba befura ba nwa no afa no okote ne kasa akotua ye ho interest enti ne de akoso Akwatia by election no a ye nyanti vote buying bia ewase a ye nyanti bie no ya de papa me bo afanu no abaso ena sade na wo kan se MPP ni no asumadui wo kwakotua ebi kura woni se ade kura mtua kura hwa minya me kwakobọ kagu ena yewra Bernard Bedi akonsoso woni se wo na ban na wo mu enti wantua kura no anase mpo bibi etesa no okwa adwuma no danyara obeye edi ama ne manfo na emabaawa champion tafo yi a na wo mu gina ho yi a wo mu kasa yi ye de sika ne ye de tete yen ne ye twen agi sika ansa ne yakwakoto aba ne ade no umpem puntro ohun ye ni abre prim puntro aba ho ne sika he na besom sika ne ye de tete wo na the my fancy very worrying so what you say it's hadwene yes na sa brofna bandodo it's yes na sa vote buying some no yes and kwan na some no ana lawyer ka no was sempo se wanwini a sabio kwan wo kwa want to mfa na chief fanko kwan wo ye ene ya ye to abai school fu okọ school adwumayefo ye o madwuma Ghana man panyi His Excellency John Dramani Mahama o office ya wo ye na adwuma by election ti ma ye nya adwuma na by election ti ma ye nya kwan ya na sembi se obi sa ye nti so ye kwan no a wonya mfumso bia 8 years oba so no e de na otimi ye mediasi
chorus
Sawosha meka say resetting agenda ne bi ni se ka vote buying na se wedi adanse pefe say NDC amekuo no enko abato so emfetika nko hihye nkrofo afum say gena kwoto aba fama me sa vote buying ko so nyina no fakase na eye MPP amekuo no adehye ni hu TV so ni social media hu envelopes na MPP osono da echire MPP colors bata ho a ye che nti se o ka se vote banya na se we di adance pass NDC amyoko no enyo madwen se bio Ghana sika akra wo ba ma twetwe nya no o metu agu se abato nti ye se no de bi wo mu di sika no beto ho na mo di aboa ayempuntu nti ne edi adance clear se vote buying de wo ka na wo hwe kira kwa no ahunu a oko eye MPP akachi ya obehu nti eno na asset difference between MPP ni NDC baba to ma na se vote buying de ene eye NDC amyoko no embo abusua e wo kwan bia so
Yahana ye fa no ye di ebesie na yadamosie fiti premature de besi sabre mo ya tenamwa so a amya somo akwanya mo de amaya ya somo no yadamose bebre ye sorry team no aka ne so beto aso kosi se ye beto aba no nyina awie be kenkai coalition center de bekoso ne nyina no ye hyemobo se abedwa ko na ebetena se no wo mo edidi akache ebeto aso edi amamo medine ama poma Checheku ewie baya na mene dache hima akosua foiwa amamfo enafe akuya krantama yesi adamwase ema monihwe ema moniti ade she producer say Belinda nim PSA enede ye producer extraordinary nyasam kitwa sanso na Q ni nyina mo wachiri ya mobochidom Mr Green nom ene na najwa kwachewa afi amela mu nyina mabo adwuma ba mo ana mo sa to aso ama eye de aka na nyina aye e de akwa akosi behind the scenes ye koboa ama de aka nso so akoso ya kramo